All right, today I'm going to be going over how to make dark trap melodies. I kind of want to do something that's kind of like has like a Memphis sound to it, but also like a future sound to it. I think we could come up with something real cool. So you could hear I did two variations of it. This first one is kind of having each note play by itself, and then this one has the notes kind of bleeding into each other, playing over. I'm probably gonna go with the second one, but let me hear it real quick. And then let's take it over here. We're gonna have it loop. So this is gonna repeat over again, then one more time, and we're either gonna go up 5 semitones or we're gonna go up a whole octave. Let's try a whole octave. And let's try just up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe have that go up an octave and it drops back into the beginning. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so for the root notes, it's gonna be C sharp, and then we're gonna go up to F sharp. But I think I want to use a keyscape for this because the low notes on that piano sound good, but these ones just sound real evil. If we go to the cinematic, they're very, very deep toned. Drop it down a whole octave. That sounded terrible. There we go. It's getting that evil feel to it. And now I'm gonna go into probably analog labs. I think a pad would be cool. We might need to add a little bit more to the melody, and then let's go over to styles and let's go dark, show results, and then we'll shuffle it. This one sounds pretty cool. Usually it takes longer to honestly find some type of pad that I like, but let's add a couple notes in here. Maybe we can do a few notes up in the higher octave. And then this note can drag out maybe. Okay, see how that adds like a little bit of texture to it? And then I want to try, it already has like some movement going to it, but what I want to try to do is throw a shaper box on it. So let's go over to cable guys, shaper box. And I'm just gonna choose a preset. Let's see, some of these kind of sound cool just by themselves. Probably this duck one. I really like this preset. All I do is mess with the filter a little bit. And then usually the volume, so it's not too much. So I just added a little bit of EQ to get rid of some of that clicking that was happening. A little bit smoother. And then I'm gonna add S1 to this to widen it out. Here we go. And then we'll just widen it like that. I'm also gonna cut out some low end. Doesn't need to be too low end heavy. It's kind of just a filler sound. All right, so I had to skip forward a little bit because I didn't charge my camera batteries. You know, I think I've done this a few times before in videos. So anyways, it's like half charged right now. I have the other one charging. So in between that, I found some cool stuff in Arcade to use for the beat. So the first one is going to be right here off Taped. I like Taped and I like Particles for adding stuff to melodies like this. And if you want to try out Arcade, they provided me an affiliate link for you to get a free trial version of Arcade. So you can check that out, link in the description. All right, so here's the first one right here. Something small that just adds a little bit of texture to the beginning of it. I'll probably put them towards the end instead of here. So just those two right there. All right, then I want to go inside of Splice and find a nice little violin to throw over this. I think I can get like a cool little violin lead, and it will layer nicely over this, not like go too crazy, but just add enough to it to give it like that last little melody it needs. And I'm gonna just move it over to the second half, probably here. And let's turn it down just a little bit more. And it's gonna need a reverb for sure, like a really big reverb. Let's just throw it into 5. And I'm gonna put Valhalla on it. We'll go with 1980s. Pretty big reverb like that. Maybe we could drop it down an octave. Let's just make unique and bring this down a whole octave. Bigger reverb. I'll go like 8 seconds on the reverb. That's a huge reverb. All right, so this sounds cool. What I want to do now is add some type of reverse to it. So I'm gonna just take one of these melodies, render it out, and then reverse it and maybe pitch it up. All right, let me show you what I did real quick. So all I did was duplicate this first pattern so I didn't mess it up. So in here, I went into, let's see, Analog Labs. All I did was hit Alt-Y, and what that does is flip it. So that's the original, and then Alt-Y is gonna flip it. So then later on, when I exported it and then reversed it, it still plays in the same order and it doesn't sound weird when it's layered over the melody. So once I had that, all I did was select this whole thing and then Control-Alt-C, and then that rendered it out to this. So we can delete this now. So now we have this pattern, right? We'll just call it reverse. And then in here, you just make sure that it's reversed. And I'm gonna throw an EQ on it, and I'm just gonna shelf out a little bit of, that turned it all the way down. I'm gonna shelf out a little bit of low end, a little bit of high end, and then I'm probably gonna put something like, let's try out Spaced Out. And let's just choose like a random preset, see what sounds cool. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, probably mix to about halfway. And let's solo it. I also have a link to Baby Audio down below. So if you want to check out any of their plugins, I have an affiliate link down there, which gives a little bit of kickback for the channel. So you can use that link. Let's turn it off. Let's go through a couple of these. That's like a cool spacey texture to it. Also throw this on it. Again, I'm just gonna go random presets. I don't know what I want this to sound like. I just want it to sound cool. And the best way to do that sometimes is just try out a bunch of random presets until you get something that you like. What I like is it's kind of getting rid of that pumping that we had from the original processing. It actually sounds really good. Let's go ahead and layer it with everything. Let's go stretch. Let's bring it up a whole octave. I just want to see what it sounds like. That's fire. Ooh, when you add drums to this, it's gonna go crazy. My CPU is kind of bugging out a little bit. I got a lot of stuff open. Let me know in the comment section if you'd rather have it be the original pitched up 1 or pitched down by 2. So here's up by 1. That's kind of nasty. And let's go down by 2. That one's dark, but I feel like it's a little like slow, like sluggish. The other ones have more energy. So I'd definitely go with the original or up by 1. But now let's hear it with the full beat.